Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today I thought that I would show you my quick version of the original banana pudding because I had a taste for it. And so I'm just gonna go and run down the ingredients for you and all the items that I have that I'm gonna cook with. So first I have like this small pan, which I think is very good for a small portion, so it's not that big. I did get this originally from the Dollar Tree, but they don't sell them anymore for whatever with this top and this size. And so it comes with the top, which is what I like, and I just reuse it. It is disposable, but because I like the size and the portion, if they don't have this anymore at the Dollar Tree, you go to Walgreens in their $1 section, because again, I think when I got these, they had them, and when I came back to the Dollar Tree, they had a different size. And like I said, I really love this size because it's a small portion. I have me 2 bowls, one for the egg whites and one for the egg yolks. I got some cornstarch, a few bananas, and I'll tell you how many I'm using. Vanilla wafers, 2 eggs, measuring cup, sugar, and milk, just regular whole milk. All right, so normally I usually start by preparing the bananas and the vanilla wafers, but I think I'm gonna do it different this time and just start making the actual pudding. So no instant pudding, just making it from scratch, and that's what I like to do. So I'm gonna crack my 2 eggs and then separate the yolks and the whites. Crack the eggs. Here's my bowl for the egg whites for the meringue. So just separate the 2 eggs. And I got this recipe, I mean, you can get it off the box too, but my aunt, one day I just called her and we just talked and walked it through. So very easy, nothing hard to do. So just separate the yolks and the whites. And I did wash my hands before this, just in case anybody's wondering. I do wash my hands. All right, that's the yolk. And I try to clean up as I go. Gonna put my yolks in here. Make sure I get all of these out. And as far as the milk, I normally do maybe a cup or a cup and a half with the milk. Let me get this out so I can just get all my yolks out. All right, got my yolks out. And then I'm just gonna take my milk. I just had it out room temperature, so I may do. And if you have more pudding, you can just use the rest of the pudding for a mixture of, I think I'm gonna do a cup and a half. All right, you can use the pudding for other stuff, like you can mix it with your berries and layer berries with the pudding. So I'm gonna use the same measuring cup, and I'm just gonna put a cup of sugar in here. And I think this is based on your sweetness, how sweet you want your pudding. So just a cup. You can taste it as you go along. To thicken it, I have some cornstarch. You could use flour if you don't have cornstarch. And I just eyeball this, so I think just I think just a tablespoon of the cornstarch goes a long way, so that'll make it thick. So once you get that, you want to go ahead and I'm doing this different. Go ahead and stir this in now, and then I'm gonna just take it over to the stove top. I have this on the stove, and I'm just gonna turn it on medium right now, but you want to make sure that you're stirring this where you're not going to scramble the eggs. And I have a gas stove, and for me, cooking on my gas stove, it definitely heats up really quick. So, you know, this shouldn't take maybe, I'd say, depending on how your stove is, less than 10 minutes. But let's go ahead and I'm gonna put on my timer and we'll see how long it takes. And I'm gonna stop for a couple of seconds. So making sure that the egg doesn't scramble. So we'll say, I don't know, it may not be 10 minutes, but you want to start out. So, and if you want, you can turn it up on high to make the process go a little bit quicker. But again, you're going to have to make sure you're stirring it so you're not scrambling these eggs. So just, you know, continue to stir. You want to add some vanilla to this as well. A pinch of salt. So you're gonna see, so I turned mine down. You can hear a pinch of salt. And got some pure vanilla extract. And as you can see now, it's getting there. So getting a little bit thick. It might not look like it, but you just stir. So in lieu of a double boiler, which you don't need, you can just stir. And it'll get thick because you put it in the cornstarch. Again, if you don't have cornstarch, you can use flour. But again, and you want to make sure everything is incorporated and that flour is, you know, mixed very well in this mixture, the pudding mixture. And I just kind of eyeball it. Just want a little bit. And if you have pure extract, then it shouldn't take that much for you to taste the vanilla in for the pudding. And then also, this is a good time too if you want to check to see if this is the right amount of sweetness that you want to have. And then you should still be stirring it, so I can just, okay, that's on point for me. So I don't think I need to be any sweeter than what I put in there. I like mine to be sweet, but not too sweet, enough to taste the sweetness. So if I have a taste for some sweet, this will be my sweet spot. So I'm still actually timing this. So right now I have 4 minutes left and 49 seconds. My sauce is thickened up so I can show you, and it's gonna stay thick, and you just let it stand. You can take it off the heat too. And I'm just gonna let that stand. And now I'm gonna come back over here and start layering my bananas and everything in the pan. So I'm gonna start layering the wafers. And I'm not sure, it depends. I like a lot of bananas, so I guess it depends on what you like. I like banana pudding, so I like to taste my bananas in the banana pudding. And if you have some broken ones, put some in between. I'd say use everything that you have. And then you want to go ahead and cut your banana. So you can just go ahead and slice it And then you can slice it as thin or thick that you want. I mean, it just depends. Again, I like a lot of bananas, so I try to just slice them and then I'll rearrange them. You definitely want to cover the cookies with the bananas. Starting with 5, and then I'll just cut some more or slice it. My pudding that I made. Okay, so I have the first layer, so I'm just gonna pour a little bit of my pudding over the first layer. And then you just repeat.
My cookies, and like I said, I use all the crumbs. Don't leave nothing.
Might use a little bit around the corners. Like I said, never waste anything. Depending on how big your wafers are, it depends on how many bags that you'll need.
And I think whatever brand you want, this is the Walmart brand, but the other brand I think made it better. You can get these from the Dollar Tree, but if you get them from the Dollar Tree, you probably will need at least 3 boxes because the wafers are small, or smaller size. So definitely, if you go to the Dollar Tree, definitely get more than 2 boxes, I suggest, or you won't have enough. And then it depends on how big your pan is, but if you're using this pan, you need 3 boxes for sure. And it depends on how many layers you want, so. And if you can find an easy way to do this, let me know, but this is how I'm doing it. Everybody else has their own process, and I'm open to any suggestions. So, but like I said, I love bananas, so, because it's banana pudding, so I like to put the bananas strategically in there.
This is my 3rd banana. And I'd always say, get more than you think you'll use. It's better to have more than none. I'm filling in all my little cracks. And you can use a spatula, so probably to help spread this out. So you can have it evenly. I really making this from scratch. It doesn't really take that long. It's just time, you know, consuming with cutting this, or you can already have this done already. But I'm just doing it differently this time, as I mentioned previously. Normally, I would just already have the bananas and the wafers already in here and just pour it all over, hoping that all of it will seep through. And I find that sometimes it works, because if it's compact, it may go through. But all right, and I'll be back to show you the finished product of this, and then we'll move into the meringue. Now I am using my hand mixer to beat the egg whites that we separated earlier to create and make the meringue to go on top of the banana pudding. And as you can see, the color of the egg whites turning white, and then you'll see in the next clip the white peaks that we need. So you know if it's whipped correctly when you can turn it upside down and nothing comes out. It's not going to come out. All right, so I preheated my oven to 350. And so now I'm going to put the meringue on top, and we just want to brown this meringue. And I just cook it. I don't try to, some people may broil it, but I don't do that. I just, you know, cook it because I want it to be warm too. And you just nicely layer it on top. The edges. Nice. And then once you put it in there, you just, in the oven, just make sure you look at it, so your preference on how brown you want the meringue to be. And again, cover all. Get this over here. And I always, for me, I just put this on another pan and just put it in the oven. And voila, just cover, and I'll show you the finished product. Now here is the final product. I have it lightly golden brown, and I hope you like this video. If there's anything else you want to see or anything, just let me know. I'm gonna let this cool. And here is my version of original banana pudding. Thank you. Comment, like, and subscribe. And if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for watching.